Our top story today, President Trump was in Nashville, Tennessee last night campaigning for Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. He spent a lot of time talking about a topic he has always campaigned on, stopping illegal immigration. He brought back his rallying cry that Mexico will pay for the wall on the southern border and blamed Democrats for standing in the way of immigration solutions. Mexico's president responded to the wall comment on Twitter saying, quote, "Not now, not ever." Now we go to Missouri, where Lieutenant Governor Mike Parson will be sworn in Friday as the state's new governor. The state's current governor, Eric Greitens, announced his resignation Tuesday. The 44-year-old Republican had been facing potential impeachment over an extramarital affair, as well as misuse of a charity donor list. Also making headlines, the fallout continues for Roseanne Barr after she issued a racist tweet about former Obama aide Valerie Jarrett before apologizing. Late Tuesday, the streaming service Hulu joined 3 other networks in pulling reruns of her namesake sitcom Roseanne. ABC canceled the hit reboot yesterday. Jarrett called the incident a teaching moment. On to flood watch. Things are looking up as the official flood warning is lifted for the Yellowstone River in Billings. But the water is still dangerous and residents shouldn't let down their guard. This was the scene Tuesday afternoon at the Dick Johnson Bridge heading from Billings to Lockwood. Flooding concerns remain for areas along the Clarks Fork River near Fromberg and for the Musselshell River. And Billings city officials say a post making the rounds on Facebook about the city's water being contaminated is completely made up and not true.
In no way, shape, or form would we ever mix sewer water with our drinking water. They're completely separate systems. We go through a series of testing here to make sure that the water is always safe to drink. Every drop that we send out of our facilities that comes to people's homes is completely safe. It's very heavily regulated.
Ingalls adds if anything were to ever go wrong with the city's water system, the city is required by the state to immediately alert the public. Now onto the western side of the state, the Idaho County Sheriff says it's very unlikely efforts to find 4 missing hunters will turn up anything at this point and has called off the search. The missing hunters, along with 2 other men, went hunting for bear in Idaho County about 50 miles west of Darby. The group of 6 were in an SUV when it crashed and rolled into the Selway River. Idaho County Sheriff Doug Giddings tells MTN that 2 of the men swam to safety, but the other 4, including a man from Bozeman, are still missing. Giddings added that tough river conditions make that area difficult to search. Back here in Billings, city officials, medical innovators, and college administrators are coming together to talk about the potential benefits of expanding the technology sector. Billings firm Elation teamed up with Big Sky Economic Development to organize Tuesday night's Medical Tech Symposium. The symposium introduced the activities already underway to accelerate momentum in the local medical sector. Elation owner Chris Dimmock shared his thoughts on future medical tech goals.
If you think about starting a tech business, you typically think of going to Bozeman or Missoula, and we want people to start thinking of coming to Billings. So the whole medical technology space is a logical place to start. We already are a destination medical center for a large region, and if we can start building this idea of technology-based medical companies here as well, that's just one more reason for physicians to want to come move to Billings, healthcare professionals to want to work here.
On the campaign trail, the contest for the Democratic nomination for Montana's U.S. House seat is likely coming down to 3 candidates. John Heenan, Grant Keir, and Kathleen Williams have the most active campaigns and are raising the most money. MTN's Mike Dennison brings us a closer look at where that cash is coming from.
Billings attorney John Heenan and former Land Trust Director Grant Keir of Missoula are the 2 fundraising leaders in the Democratic primary contest to challenge Republican Congressman Greg Gianforte this fall. But their fundraising profiles are much different. Keir has raised the most money from donors, about $760,000, and nearly 2/3 of that money is from Montanans. A huge chunk is from his hometown of Missoula, at least $240,000. But he also has contributors from 39 states. A lot of Keir's money also is from people in finance, real estate, conservation, and the ag community, likely connected with his land trust work on conservation easements. Heenan has raised nearly $600,000 and put another $225,000 of his own money into the campaign. Nearly 3/4 of his donated funds are from Montanans, with a good mix from all the state's major cities, including at least $128,000 from his hometown of Billings. Heenan says he's emphasized reaching out to and meeting everyday Montanans and has more than 6,000 individual donors. However, nearly half of his donor money, at least $267,000, has come from fellow attorneys. Former state lawmaker Kathleen Williams of Bozeman had raised $284,000 as of 2 weeks ago, with about 85% of her money coming from Montanans. About a fourth of her money is from the Bozeman area, and her contributors include farmers, ranchers, actors and artists, and many retirees. The Williams campaign says her fundraising has actually picked up more in the last 2 months. Bozeman lawyers Jared Pettinato and John Meyer had the low-profile campaigns in this race. Pettinato has raised just $70,000 and Meyer less than $5,000. And let's not forget the Republican incumbent waiting in the wings, Greg Gianforte, who, as of 2 weeks ago, had $1.1 million sitting in his campaign bank. It's hard to read the tea leaves of campaign money to see who has the advantage in this Democratic primary. A lot of that money has already been spent as well, and more than 120,000 Montanans have already voted by absentee. Let's just say with a week to go, this contest is too close to call. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And in less than a week, we'll be reporting the results of Montana's primary election. So far, it's been a solid turnout in Yellowstone County, where election officials tell us more than 25,000 ballots have already been turned in. If you plan to mail in your ballot, County Election Office reminds you to do that by today to ensure its delivery on time. You can also drop off your ballot at the county courthouse or at a polling place on Election Day. The deadline to return all ballots is 8 p.m. on Election Day, Tuesday, June 5th.